Hey, greetings there, gold seekers. This is Tim for Blue Lead Gold Productions. If you had guessed that I'm back on the Yuba, you're wrong. I'm out here today on the American River, North Fork of the American, with my good friends Brent and Amy. And we had tried to make it to the Yuba earlier this morning. The plan was to go mine up some Yuba gold. But unfortunately, there was a fire somewhere down by Bridgeport as we were driving along on Highway 49. There was a bunch of smoke pouring up over a ridge, and I just said, I think we better put some distance between us and that hot spot. So we came out here to the North Fork of the American River, and I'll show you what we've been doing. We are in a cluster of large serpentine boulders here, and Brent is digging out a crevice in the middle of a great big old serpentine boulder in the middle of the river. And Brent, you got any gold out there? Not yet. Okay, well, he's working on that. All right, so we got Amy here, and she is she's digging underneath a great big rock here, which when the river comes rolling down this way is going to create a, what is it, a dropout zone down in here, and hopefully she's going to find some gold down there. And we have got the dual Angus attack going in the river today. Look, check out that nice V in Brent's Angus right there. And then I got my Angus right here with not quite as pretty V, but it worked. Okay, so I had gone down the bedrock a ways down there to where there was a kind of a good sized crevice and a catch in the bedrock, and ran 4 buckets through my Angus, and look at that. We got some nice gold out of just four buckets through the Angus. So I'll go finish digging up that stuff there, and I may go dig over near where Amy's digging too. Here comes Amy. She's got it. She's lugging that bucket. She's getting ready to dump it. Look at that nice V you got in your sluice there, Amy.
Yep.
All right, she's gonna run all that. Look at that, dig and dump. It's a dig and dump action today. Beautiful. Yeah, I like that V in the sluice. All right, gold seekers, Brent is up here working on the bedrock with Amy. Look at that good rusty colored dirt they're digging out of that crack right there. I like it. I think there's gonna be some gold in that. Gold seekers, so I'm up, as you can see, about maybe 25 feet above the river, and I've got a bedrock catch here that I just threw some stones out and dug some dirt out of. And now I'm going to take this Brent's crevicing tool here, because I forgot all of my tools today. I had a set of tools that I took out to another place that I work and left it there, and then I forgot to take my replacement set and put it in my pack. So Brent and Amy are kind enough to loan me their crevicing tool. I'm going to see if I can get in here and scrape some dirt out of those cracks. Well, gold seekers, it's about 90 degrees out here today in the midday sun. And although I hear the biggest gold goes down the line in the middle of the river, I think Brent is just hanging out there to stay cool right now. Okay, gold seekers, Amy's got some gold in her pan here, right, Amy?
Yes, I do.
Except you gotta look at the camera.
Oh, look at that.
Hey there, gold.
Yeah, but look at.
Well, we got pleasure seekers out on the river now, and take a look at that. That's quite a bit of black sand for 4 buckets. I wonder if there'll be gold down at the bottom of that. Oh, and check this out, gold seekers. I'm taking a little break for lunch here. I don't even need my hat because I'm in a nice shady cave. Check out this little shade. Well, it's not a cave really, but it's a great big boulder. Just so long as the earthquake don't come, that boulder there should keep holding this boulder up. And boy, it's about 20 degrees cooler in here than it is out there on the river. I had the river cool down my drinks for lunch. I got a nice sandwich here. And hey, it's lunchtime. Yeah, now Amy's decided to come in and enjoy she says like air conditioning in here.
It is like air conditioning
And
in
you
here.
know, you got cave rock, and check this out. There's even wisdom here, Amy. This says that your ego is not your amigo.
No kidding.
All right, so plenty of shiny flakes on that one right there. Not a whole lot. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's good to have retirement accounts and Social Security's coming, but I'm greedy. I'm going to take every single one of those tiny little flakes. Well, glory be, gold seekers. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but we do have a little bit of good bedrock dirt there, cracked dirt. Let's see if we can get some of that into the bucket. Now, I don't know if you can see, but way off in the distance down there, we got two fly fishermen hunting for trout off the rocks. Well, now, speaking of scavenger crevicing, look at this crack. Nice, deep, thin crack running perpendicular to the river. It looks like it's been worked pretty darn good, but I have a long crevicing tool here that I borrowed from Brent. I'm going to see if I can't scrape some of that leftover dirt there down into this area here and get it into that bucket right there. Those little flakes. Okay, gold seekers, so Brent's got some little flakes in the pan. Swirl that around, make some more flakes appear. Yeah, take a look. We got some nice little flakes in that pan. But Brent, apparently you have a sad tale of a lost nugget as well.
Not as bad as Rick's. Rick lost one right off the edge of the sluice.
Yeah.
Mine, I tripped and it came out of the...
And you were there that day that Rick dropped the nice nugget in the North Yuba as he attempted to clean out the Angus.
Yep. That's the one Amy saw as well.
Well, at least you got a poker there. So this bedrock here is loaded with cubby holes here that have been previously dug. But what do we like to do with cubby holes that have been previously dug? Short answer is we scavenger crevice them. Okay, well, we have been joined by some young women rock throwers, and we got Amy over here. She's making river sculptures.
Cooling off in the river.
Yeah. Once again, this is the division of labor. Part of society makes rock sculptures, part of society digs gravel on bedrock.
I ran my fair share of buckets.
I saw that. You were putting buckets through the Angus. No one's taking any of that away from you. All right. We have pleasure seekers on the river today. Say aloha, ladies. Aloha.
Aloha.
All right, and Amy's got 1, 2. You know, Amy, those are not going to survive the winter floods.
That's okay.
There are some things in life that are just beautiful. They come and then they go.
That's right.
Well, check out the forces of nature here. This is a large flat stone, and look at how that thing is positioned. And then eons later, well, maybe 100 years, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 years later, this big old log comes along and falls right on top of that. Maybe even 10 years later. Beautiful. Oh, and by the way, take a look. Gold mining is not without its hazards. I stabbed myself walking by a bush. Well, actually, it was the bush that assaulted me. All right, so we've got a nice dense bud of apple fritters here to work with. I got the pipe. Once again, thanks, Jake. This one's been a good friend for more than a year now. Amazing I haven't shattered it into a million pieces yet. Probably shouldn't say anything like that because that'll just jinx it. But yeah, time to make some offerings, not to Mother Yuba, but to anti-American. Apple fritters, yum. Oh well, looks like Amy's still building rock sculptures. Brent is making fine adjustments on the Angus here. I've got bucket number 4 ready to go into mine. I got a nice V going. Nice V going at the top of the Angus. And that's what bucket number 4 looks like. Oh, gold seekers, Brent is panning out some concentrates here, it looks like. We got any gold in that pan, Brent?
Definite maybe.
That's a 100% absolutely maybe. I think there'll be a little bit of gold in there at least.
Possibility of a maybe.
All right, let's start with some of this gravel right down in here. Looks like kind of a crack in the bedrock there that has collected gravel over a number of floods. Let's see if it's got any gold there. Okay, gold seekers, look at that. Amy's got gold in her pan. Is that gold in the pan there, Amy?
It is. I don't know if Brent got it from that crevice.
Yeah,
or
I think it came out of Brent.
Top.
I think that came out of Brent's crevice. There's gold in that pan.
Yeah.
So Amy and Brent are beating the skunk today. All right, so we got 4 buckets through the Angus. These are our concentrates, but it is too hot. I'm going swimming first. Actually, to make sure that there'll be some gold down there underneath it, you know what I'm going to do. We'll jump in that nice cool water, and then I'm going to make some offerings to Mother Yuba, and then I'll come back and I'll finish that pan. You got some guy swimming around down there with a dive mask. I had just had a lovely swim up in the water there, and now it's time to plan those concentrates. Oh yeah, and of course we had a salute to anti-American here first. Well, gold seekers, the afternoon is wearing on. Amy looks like she's packing up. Brent looks like he's largely already packed up. I got to get my gear packed up too. Brent's got a last pan that he is working on here. Is this the one that's going to have the retirement nugget in it?
I don't think this is even going to have a retirement fleck in it.
Yeah, but the good news is Brent's retired. This was his last official day of work, right?
Yeah, my last official day of work.
I went down to the Bar Association earlier this year and told them in the words of Johnny Paycheck to take this job and shove it. I'm on inactive status, buddy. All right, put her right there. It's good you're retired. Right, Gino? Okay, and I'm not going to retire on this. This is some nice shiny flakes in my last 4 buckets. I'd hoped for more, but in the words of the Rolling Stones, can't always get what you want. I think I'm going to have one last swim and then pack it on up. But before I do that, let's see the goal for the day. All right, gold seekers, well, there it is. There's our goal for the day. Not necessarily a whole lot of weight, but plenty of shiny little flakes. I'm happy with it, and it's been a really nice day on the river with Brent and Amy. As you can see, the shade is kind of creeping its way down the mountain. Amy's packing up. I got to get packed up now too, so until next time, this is Tim for Blue Lead Gold Productions saying aloha.
Aloha.